All right, I want to welcome you to our series of live instructional webinars designed to support the school annual online yearbook program. Our goal today will be to introduce participants to the functions of the program associated with beginning stages of the yearbook creation. Specifically, we will be reviewing login information, familiarization of the welcome screen, page ladder, font section, creating an image share account, transfer materials from your last year's book to this year's book, and then leading into the installation and importance of sending us the portrait CD or the link to your portraits to this from the school photographer. This webinar will be approximately 20 to 30 minutes long, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to show you here is the login screen. So you can get to the login screen from the schoolannual.com website right here. In the upper right hand corner, you will see the word login in orange. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Here is the login screen for the yearbook. It would be a good idea to go ahead and bookmark this page, as you'll be visiting this page quite often while constructing your book. So to log in, make sure it says 2026 right up here at the top. If it doesn't, you can just click this little down arrow and you can see the different years. So by default, it should say 2026. Right here, we're going to enter our job number. So I'm going to put in mine, your username. So I'll put in mine for my username and then enter your password. And then all you have to do is click on Let's Go. And it will take you to your home screen right here. So here's your home screen. And we're going to talk about some of these different modules here at the bottom. The first one is your due date or your due date countdown here. Um, this will count down to when your due date is. If you need to know what your due date is, you can always email your rep or call into your rep and get the exact date that your book is due. Right here's your year-to-date sales. Basically just the number of books that are currently sold versus last year. Right here on total pages, let's see, let's bring this up right here. So total pages right here, this is the number of pages you currently have. So like in my demo right here, I currently have 60 pages. So right here is different color codes. This will tell you exactly where some of these pages are and what status they currently are. So right now I have 30 pages or 38 pages that are not started, and that's in the gray. Here in purple, I have in progress. Uh, this magenta is completed, and teal is submitted. So right here we have upcoming events. And upcoming events are major things like your cover, maybe like the first 10 pages, your deposit, it's, things like that. You can add things to your upcoming events and your tasks. Tasks are little things such as getting your images over to us for upload, making sure that the page ladder is set up the way you want, just little things like that. So to do that, all you have to do is come over to click on plan or click on upcoming events. And then right here, you can see different things that are coming up over the course of the yearbook year or the school year. To add something like here, all you have to do is click on the plus sign, then give the task a name, give it any date, any color that you want to assign it to, and then a short description. And then all you have to do is hit add. Here we said like the first 10 pages are done by January 22nd. Like I said, you can always change the color of that as well. Here under tasks, what you can do is you can assign different tasks to different persons or yourself if you just want to keep on track of things. To add a task, just click the plus sign right here, give it a name. You can assign it to any person you want and give it a due date, and then just click add. So it could be something like so upload the backgrounds. And then you could just add that right there. And then as you get them done, you can always click on them right here, and it will just signal that they're done, that they're complete. And then you will see those tasks right here. They're ordered in the date in which they're supposed to be completed. So the soonest one will always be first. Then images right here, just the total number of images that are currently in your library. Uploaded by staff, that's anyone that has access to the site. That's just telling you how many the staff has uploaded. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about adding staff. So to add staff, you simply click on Plan and then Staff. Then right here is your staff screen. Currently, I have a few people added right here in different roles. So to add a staff member, all I have to do is click on Add Staff here in the upper right-hand corner. Then just give them, just type their first name, last name. The username could be anything that will help them remember their username, like first initial, last name is the common one. Um, or you can do really anything. The only thing you can't do is staff. So just give them a password. The password has to be 10 digits. And in those 10 digits, one of them has to be a capital letter and one has to be a number. Then over here in roles, you can either assign them advisor or staff. Advisor has access to everything in the whole entire program, where staff has limited access enough to create the book or help you design the book, but that's about it. Once you fill everything out, you can just click on save, and then the staff position will be either right here or the advisor position right here. Now, on the screen as well, if you have an individual, say this person right here has stepped away from the book for a while, and you don't want someone else to access it or run the risk of somebody getting their login information, you can come over here and click active. It will mark that inactive. So basically, that person cannot log in. Once they're back and they're able to work on the book again, just click on inactive and it will make that person active now. Now log in and they can now work on the book. You can also delete the person and you can also edit. So if you can click on edit and maybe change their password or add an email or change their login credential right here or their status right here under role. All right, so next thing we're going to talk about is familiarizing ourselves with the page ladder. So to get to the page ladder, we're going to click on Plan and then Page Ladder. So here's the page ladder. You'll spend a little bit of time in here. Most of your time will be spent on the pages itself, but let's talk about this ladder first. The very first page you see right here are 001. This is the first page. So as you open up the book, it's the very first page you see in the book. It's not your cover, it's just the very first page. Just like down here, page 60 right here for me, that's the very last page before I close the book shut that I will see. All right, so let's start by talking about sections, topics, and staff right over here on the left. So sections allow you to block off pages for certain sections of the book. So such as we want the staff section. So we're going to come over here, click on add section. We're going to type in staff. You can click enter on your keyboard, or you can come over here, push the little plus sign, and it creates a staff position. Right here, you will see 0. That means 0 pages have been assigned the staff category or the staff section. This helps you in case you have X number of pages and you can only assign, maybe staff can only have 3 pages. That's it. So I can click and hold this, bring it over here, and make sure you see the teal around both pages. Let go, and then staff is right here in this little drop down menu right here. Or I can come over here, click on the drop down menu, and just select staff. And staff is now assigned to that page. So here you saw there was a 0 right here. Now there's a 3. That means staff has been assigned to 3 pages. So then you can always come over here, and there's some that are already pre-made right here, but you can just type in whatever you want. So if you want to do like, so we want to do 5th grade, we could do right here, and then come over here, assign 5th grade to, maybe they get 4 pages. So there we go. Then under topics, now we have staff as a section, but these are now the topics under staff or topics under 5th grade. So let's say we want to do portraits. So we want to do 5th grade portraits. We can click on the word portrait, scroll down until we see 5th grade portraits right here. So we can click the little circle right there. And we want 5th grade candidates. And then we want maybe fall, like a fall musical, and maybe spring musical right here too. As we're clicking these, if we click over here to my topics, those are populating right here as we click on those. So then from there, all we have to do is scroll down a little bit, click on candidates, and let's assign this page candidates right here. It's 5th grade candidates. Then we want maybe fall musical right here, spring musical, and then there are portraits right here. So that lets you know that under the 5th grade section, these pages are specifically for 5th grade portraits, 5th grade um, spring musical, candidates, and all that. So it just kind of helps you organize your pages a lot better and maybe have a little better flow on your pages as well. Next underneath it is staff. So right here, you can actually assign staff members to these pages. So such as, let's get this person off there. So let's say this test person right here, I want them to work on these 2 pages and then these 2 pages right here. So they're assigned to these pages. That means that the only person that can work on pages 2 and 3, 4 and 5 are test person. You as the advisor can also go on there and work on the pages as well, but of the other staff members, they cannot work on it. Just test person right there as a staff member can work on it. Any pages that are left over, I highly recommend that you take yourself as the advisor and assign yourself the pages that are left over. This way, your staff member can't go onto some of these pages and start working on them or do something to them or whatever. This way, you can keep them the way you want them. All right, so let's talk about this little stretch right here. So here you have ladder. You can do list groups. I would honestly leave these alone right here. The only 2 on here that you really need to mess with or click on is either ladder or come over here to page mover. And then on page mover, you can move double pages right here, or you can move a single page. Over here is a toggle in the upper right hand corner. So right now it's on 2 pages or what looks like a book, or just a single page or what looks like a little piece of paper right here. That's where you can go over here and move. And these do move in real time. So if I take like page number 7 and I'm moving it over here, as you can see, page 7 is moving with me and the other pages are moving down. So once I let go, I click on move, and now page 7 becomes page 5, and the other 2 pages just move down. All right, so let's go back over to the ladder here. All right, so right here we have select all, filter, and then print. Select all and filter we will actually talk about later on in final stages, which I highly suggest you sign up for or make sure that you are signed up for it. So right here under print, you can actually print all that, print your whole entire book right here, or you can just do a page ladder. And then under page ladder right here, you can actually mark to the side like what these pages are for, kind of help you organize and get everything set up before you come on here and start putting everything on the pages. If you do print all, it will start generating a PDF. And right here in the upper right hand corner, you'll see in red generating a PDF. Depending on the number of pages, the number of images, and what all information you have on the pages depends on how long that's going to take. But eventually it will make itself into a PDF, and then you can always um, click on it and it will open up into another screen as a PDF, save it, and then send it to whoever you need to have them look at the book. If you want to print off certain pages, you can click the little box right here next to the number. So you can click on that one, and maybe this one right here. Come up to print and print selected, and then it will generate a PDF of just the ones you selected. If for any reason you just want just one page right here, click the little icon right here, view PDF, and then it will just open it up in a PDF right here. You can take a look at it. It will actually include the trim line right here. So you can kind of see if you're getting too many things close to the edge and stuff like that. In when we're building activity pages, we'll actually talk about the trim line and things you need to watch out for in there. If for any reason you need to print one of these pages, when you go to print, one thing you want to make sure is you have it fit to printable area. If you do like default, here you will see that you're losing some of the stuff here on the right and at the bottom. That's why you must do fit to printable area. And then you can see the stuff on the right and at the bottom. All right, some other things right here is lock. You can actually go in and lock your pages one at a time, or you can do select all, and then under actions, uh, lock, and that will lock your pages. No one can edit your pages once they're locked. If you need to unlock them, you just select all, under actions, unlock. You can also hide a page. So if you want to hide like the first few pages because it's a dedication page or a memorial page or a retirement page or whatever it is, you don't want other people to see it, you can hide them. If you want, you can also hide the whole entire book if you want. Or you can come over here and you can show the whole entire book. Under here, right here is the different colors. They'll let you know what the status of the pages are. So like in progress, again, is purple. Not started is in gray. So this will let you know what the pages currently are. This button right here is start with last year. So I'm actually going to go over here and I'm going to show you what that does. Move that, and move that. And as you move pages, it will save in real time, so you don't have to worry about saving. So oh, those are in progress. Just a minute. I need these pages. So let me move some of these pages here real quick. All right. So here are some pages that are not started. So if I click on start with last year, what this will do is bring over pages that were on last year's book and bring them over to this year, minus images, minus custom background, and minus custom icons. So if I click start with last year, it's going to say, do you want your page designs, your sections and topics? That's the ones that we selected here onto the left side. I can say yes, or I can just say, nope, I just want the pages. It's up to you. Click on continue, and it's going to say, are you sure you can undo this job? It just means there's no undo button. And if you continue and decide one page you don't want everything on there, you can delete everything off of there. So we're going to go ahead and click on continue. Okay, now I know it's wrong. It doesn't like it when I'm streaming and doing this at the same time. So what will come over is pages like this onto pages that are not started. Any pages in progress that start with last year will not work on. So as you can see, like not started right here, I had pages from last year already on there. And so I can always go back in there now and start working on those pages, altering them any way I want, shifting them around, whatever I need to do. Okay, that should be everything on there. Okay, so we're going to talk about, next we're going to talk about the cover. So if you have a cover or a custom cover and you ever want to take a look at it, come over here to status and then cover. And then right here will show you all your information on your cover. If you have a custom one, you will see it right here. You'll also see a box that says approved or not approved. Underneath it will be a text box you fill out if it's not approved. And so if you have a custom one, this will be how you approve your custom background or your custom cover. Also, if you ever need any additional assistance outside of like either emailing me or calling into for the support site, if you click on help and then help again, you will get video tutorials. This is our little help site right here. We have video tutorials, getting started, online features, troubleshooting. So if you click on online features here, you will see just different spots for you to get additional assistance if we're not here, we're closed, or something like that. So such as no photo available here. We have videos on how to use no photo and where to find no photos and stuff like that. Um, Menus on where to find the color menu and different video tutorials. We also have past webinars right here. All right, so let's talk about transferring materials from last year's book to this year's book. So if you have a folder of staff that never taken a new photo, they use the same photo for the last 10 years or so, what you can do is go to create and then image library. Excuse me, first what you would do is log out of here, log into last year's book, and then go to create an image library, and then go to portraits, locate the staff folder. So here we have the staff folder right here. So we're going to click on this. And then we're going to come up here to this little toolbar right up here. This little arrow right here, if I hover over it, it says toggle save images for, in this case, 2027. But if you're in your last year's book, your 25 book, it will save for 2025 or 2026. So if I click on that right there, you will see this arrow right here on the folder. That indicates that this folder right here is being sent to next year's uh, or this year's book. So in my case right here, this folder is actually being sent to the 27 job. But if you're in your 25 book, it'd be sent to your 26 job. To find it in your current year's yearbook after you're done, you do is come over here, click the arrow next to inbox. Then you will see my 2025 images. Click the arrow there. Underneath it, you will have like your art. In this case, I sent over my art classes, our student life. So I send a few folders over here just so I can get them right here. Then to take them from this folder to the like a folder underneath activity, all I have to do is click and hold and then just drag it over here. Since it came from student life last year, I'm going to put student life this year. Just click and hold, drag it to the folder, let go. Do you want to copy? Yes, copy it. And then just give it a minute. This is a large photo, so it may take a minute. Once it's done, you click on student life and your image is there. So this is highly recommended if you have images such as these that I use every single year. So I will take all of these right here and I will put them in a folder like this. So then that way, when I'm ready to work on next year's book or whatever, I can log back in to my yearbook and then just send these over. And that way I'm always sending over the images that I need. I don't have to worry about finding them or anything. I make sure that my images always get sent over to the following year's book. All right, next we're going to talk about font sections. So to find all the fonts that you may use in the book, we're going to click on Plan, and then we're going to click on Fonts. So right here we have some different fonts. Some are already activated. I'm actually going to deactivate this one. So the first two fonts that are activated is AYT Foundation Roman and AYT Foundation Sans. These two fonts should stay active the whole time. Do not ever, ever, ever inactivate them. And the reason is if you deactivate these two fonts, we're going to click on this little tab right here. This is styles. Your styles will disappear right here. Your styles are very important because if we go onto a page and we go to text, here's your styles right here. And if you deactivate those two fonts, these disappear right here. So all you will have left is page number. And that's because these styles, and we're going to click, we'll talk about these styles here in a moment. These styles were created using those fonts. And if those fonts aren't here, like I said, those styles disappear. To activate some of the fonts, you can go through and then click on, let's say this one right here. You can click on it and see a preview of it right here. Click on another one, see a preview. Click on this one and say, well, I kind of like that one. So I'm going to click on inactive and it's going to make it active. Now, you may not see it right here. That is because it goes into alphabetical order based on activity or inactive. So here it's active, so it's at the top of the of active in alphabetical order, and the inactive is at the. If I was to deactivate it, it would fall into alphabetical order under inactive. So I can come down here and find. Oh, that's a nice one right there. So I can click on that, make it active, and then here you can see it's now under these two in alphabetical order. Typically, we suggest maybe activating 7 to 10 fonts. Any more than that, it may take a while for it to sync or whatever. Probably don't need that many anyway. So after you're done there, one of the things you can do with your fonts is you come over here to style. You can actually make your own style. You can click on add style right here. Give it a name. For this one, I'm going to call it teachers names. Category, I'm just going to give it a headline. Select the font. I'm going to select the font that I just used right here. I'm going to set the default size to maybe 12. You can always change it when you put it on the page or whatever, but I'm just setting a default size. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on save. So there's teacher names right there. So if I go to a page, you go to text, there's teacher name right there. Make that a little bit bigger here. So there's teacher names right there. Right, so that's how you add a font. So next we're going to talk about photo share. To get to photo share, we're going to click on plan and then photo share. Okay, so this is photo share right here. Gives the parents the ability to send in photos of their students to be used in the yearbook. So right here we have school assets. This will have like your school name, mascot name, primary color, and your school logo. If you ever want that changed, just email it in to me and I'll send it off to get it updated. Primary color, I'll let you know right now if you're like it's aqua blue or something like that. That we don't have. Here are the colors that we have. So so for blue, it's like it's either blue or light blue. Uh, we don't have like a cardinal red; it's red. Um, so this is what we got color wise to change it if you want to color changed. So next, let's talk about settings right here for school life. You have an end date right here. You can set the end date to any date that you want. Typically, we say 2 weeks prior to the book being done. This way, it gives you a chance to organize the images and go through the images and move them around any way you need them to. Um, a lot of times, if you need more images, it also gives you a buffer to open it up real quick to try to get more images in or try to get something in. You can open it up back if you need to try to get that one last special event or that one last field trip in uh, to get more images on the page if you want them. So you can always set a date right there, but just by clicking this little calendar icon. Then right here is the photo guidelines. This right here you can type in such as uh, right here it says all content is reviewed by the staff. That's you, the advisor. Anything inappropriate will be deleted. Use the advisor have final say of what images can and can't be there. And as these images come in, it will come into a folder that only you, the advisor, can access, not the staff. And I'll show you that folder here. If we go to create an image library, that folder will be right here. You'll see photo share and then school life. You're the only one that can see this folder. That's designed specifically so that if an image was sent in that shouldn't be sent in or maybe shouldn't be seen by the staff member or by the kids you have helping or whatever, you can always take care of it before they see it. But you can also say, like, I'm looking for this particular, the field trips that we're going on this year. I would like to have these photos from these field trips. Don't send in screenshots, send in, the full photo and all that. So you as the advisor can actually put down like what you're looking for and what images will and will not make it into the yearbook. Parents have to acknowledge this when they go in to start sharing. It actually is a pop-up that says, hey, here's basically what we're looking for, and they have to acknowledge it. So there's no way they can say, well, we didn't see the what you wanted. They have to click OK. They have to acknowledge the pop-up. We highly suggest just to keep school life is toggled on. There is one right here that says portrait, and you can toggle it and ask for portraits. The only thing is if the parents don't tag the portraits, you'll have to go in and tag them before you can move them out of that folder. So a lot of times, I would suggest keeping that one off and just put everything under one folder, the school life folder. Just put everything underneath there. It will just make pulling all those images out and putting them where they need to in the underneath portrait or activity in your image library. Once you have everything set up and ready to go, you'll see an active button right here. We can click on active, and now your site is on. So for me right now, my photo share is now active. And here's the QR code. This QR code stays the same throughout the year. So if I deactivate this site and activate it again later, it's the same QR code. Your URL right here, you can actually click on it and it will say share to site copied. Or you can click on this little copy link right here. It will copy it. Then all you have to do is go over to a new window and then paste and go to your site right here. But that will never change. So it doesn't matter if you turn this off or turn it back on. Again, those two things will never change. Download QR code. You can actually download this and then put it on any publication or put it on any sharing site that you want, a school site or something like that for parents to access. Right here, you will have your school logo, your school name. It says welcome to, you have your school name right here. Then from here, you can have your parent click on I'm a parent. Just to let you know, if you have students that want to upload images or stuff like that, it will say I'm a student. Under grade, it only goes down as far as ninth grade. That's because the site is not meant for middle school, elementary. It We cannot, legal says we cannot have it accessible to them. So that's why it should be a parent or guardian if it's middle school or elementary, upload the images for them. So then all they have to do is enter their first name, last name, email. They have to acknowledge right here and then click to verify. What's verifying is you'll send a code to their email address. And then from there, they just enter that code every time they log in. It's just verifying that, make sure that it is a legitimate email address and legitimate person actually trying to access this. And then from there, it's just following the prompts to upload their images. And then, like I said, once they access that site and they actually do drop all their, upload all their images. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Once you access that site, it will log you out of that. So we'll just have to. Well, now it wants to do this. There we go. So then, like I said, once that once they're done uploading images, it will appear here under school life. And then from here, you can always click on activities and then move that image out of there. And then it will be here under activities or wherever you need to move it to. Also, when they're uploading images, it helps to upload a few at a time. If they're doing it on their mobile devices, chances are if they start uploading too many, their mobile company may downgrade their upload speed or do something, and it may disrupt it just enough to cancel that upload. So if they're saying like, well, I was uploading and then all of a sudden it didn't work, chances are if they're on their phone, like I said, it switched and there was just enough of a delay that it just canceled that upload. So another thing you can do as advisors, you can send us your portraits to be uploaded, um, and then we can upload their portraits for you into individual teacher folders or by grade or by how it's sorted, however you want them sorted. Here I have them sorted by teacher, and then we have the portraits here with the student's name on them. They're tagged. And so we can do this for you. That way they're already tagged, they're already ready to go. And when we then next webinar, we're going to talk about actually flowing the pictures and your portraits and stuff like that, setting everything up, getting them ready to go, and actually flowing portraits. All right, at this time, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can either take yourself off mute or you can ask in chat. All right, I'm going to read this outro here real quick. I want to thank you for joining us today, hopefully showing you the elements, examples in the area of the login screen, welcome page, page ladder, fonts, and image share. Creating your book will look less like a challenge, and you can avoid some of the pitfalls that accompany computer software. Transferring your materials from last year's site and sending us your CDs will pay off in the time saving. Feel free to join us next time as we begin preparing portraits for the autoflow function and then build some class pages. So I will see you then. Again, thank you very much for joining today. And like I said, this recording will go out here shortly.